It's Adam from Edge. I got to find some content. I got to put something up on the website. I don't know what I'm going to show yet. So we're just going to go in the hall and see if we can find somebody to show us something. Here we go. There's Joey. Joey, I need content.
You need content?
You got something cool you can show me?
Yeah, come on in.
All right, here, put this on.
Put on the mic. All right, you got me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right, cool.
What do you got? Show me something cool, man. Tell me something cool.
All right, so friend Corey Hines down there in Florida sent us some really cool demos. Been checking them out, and one of them I think is really cool, which is the Active Directory Recycle Bin feature.
I never heard of that.
R2.
Okay, tell me what that is.
So, you ever gone through one of these days where you're in and you're doing some Active Directory maintenance in there, and you go through and you delete a few things, and then you realize, oh crap, I really didn't mean to delete that object. And before, the only thing that you could do is you could go in and reanimate an object, which would bring the object back to a certain extent, but you would lose a lot of the attributes.
Okay.
You would lose things if you did it to a computer object. You'd lose the domain trust for the object.
Okay.
So it was really chaotic, right, if you accidentally delete something inside of Active Directory. So now what we have is we've got a feature in Server 2008 R2, which just hit beta,
Okay.
known as the Active Directory Recycle Bin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially just like our documents that, you as long as you're not holding down Shift when you delete them, they end up in a recycle bin and you can bring them back.
Nice.
So it's really slick. Now there's the one caveat here is that, well, there's a couple of caveats, but one, it's all managed through PowerShell. There's no GUI.
Okay.
You have to turn it on before it can actually work. You actually have to enable the recycle bin, and your domain does need to be in the new R2 functional mode.
Okay.
So all of your DCs need to be at that R2 level.
Okay.
But let me kind of show you an example
Yeah,
here.
let me get up here. Yeah, show this to me, man. Let me see. Make it work for us.
So let me give you an example. I've got a terminal server here that I'm going to just go ahead and connect into. And one of the things that you'll notice here as I connect into it is that I've already got all my credentials cached and everything, and it should connect in here. All right, so you see here, it's just gone ahead and has logged me in. Everything's good. I'm connected to a terminal services session.
Okay.
Now, just for fun and giggles, I'm going to let me log off of this session here. I'm going to go into Active Directory users and computers. So let me go in here. And just to demonstrate this, first I should probably turn on the feature, as I've mentioned before. So let me go ahead and open the PowerShell script. You see this is the new PowerShell, the graphical PowerShell, they're calling it, or the integrated scripting environment. So let me open up a PowerShell script that I conveniently have and demonstrate this to you now. The first thing that we have to do is there are 80, I believe it's 82 new modules in PowerShell that do nothing but Active Directory management stuff.
Okay.
So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and import in those pieces, right?
Okay.
So let's go ahead and activate that. So I've got, through the magic of the graphical interface, I can press one key and it'll actually run the command.
Okay.
So I've got that. Now I want to just show you, once that command is completed, which it has, we have this other command, get 80 optional feature, and then just filter what optional features that we actually have. And you'll see here in the results that we have this recycle bin feature.
Okay.
And you'll also notice here is that it's currently disabled.
Gotcha.
Right? And that's the default. So let's go ahead and enable it. And it's as simple as, again, enable 80 optional feature, recycle bin feature, and then for our forest. So I'm going to go ahead and enable that for our forest. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to do that? Yes. As it's an irreversible action, you can't turn it off once it's enabled.
Okay.
So it wants to make sure that you really, truly want to do it. Okay. So now that I've got that feature enabled, I'm going to go into my Active Directory users and computers here. And I'm going to do something that you really don't want to do in most cases, which is actually delete an active terminal server that you've actually got users on.
Okay, yeah.
So we just did a delete. Are you sure you want to delete the computer? Yeah, I'm sure I want to delete it. Again, it's asking me, are you really sure you want to delete it? Because it's going to cause problems. Yeah. So you'll notice there, do a quick refresh. That account is not there.
It's gone, yeah.
And just to demonstrate it, I'm going to try to connect to the terminal server again.
But effectively what we did, we broke all authentication for this server now, right?
Yeah, that
So-
computer object's gone. And in the past, what we could have done is we could reanimate this computer object, but that really doesn't rebuild the trust relationship that exists in the domain and all the cache credentials and things that were stored to that connection. Everything that was there is essentially gone now.
Right.
The beauty about this, and you'll see, it doesn't exist. The specified username doesn't exist. The computer doesn't exist. It can't connect.
Okay.
I'm going to click OK there. Well, now I've realized I've deleted the wrong computer object,
Yep.
and I need to quickly restore that before the boss comes in and goes, why the heck can't we access
nobody can
this
work.
box?
What's going on?
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Okay.
So I'm going to scroll down here. First thing I want to do is I'm going to ask PowerShell to return me everything that's in the recycle bin. Okay? So it's a really quick, get AD object, and then I'm telling it to find deleted objects in the Woodgrove domain that are of computer types, right?
Okay.
So we go ahead and execute that, and there you'll see there's that den RDS01
Yep.
computer object that we have.
Okay.
Now I'm going to do the same command, but I'm going to modify it a little bit here at the end. Instead of formatting it as a list, I'm going to say restore the object.
Oh, okay.
So it's really the same command that I did to list the contents. I'm just adding one additional switch at the bottom to restore it. So let's go ahead and run that. If I flip back to Active Directory users and computers and I do a refresh, you'll see the computer account that I deleted is gone. And then what's even better, because yeah, sure, we could kind of restore that through reanimating objects. You could never restore the trust that existed before.
You're still going to have to recreate that trust
You
relationship.
just have to recreate the trust relationship and then start reestablishing connections and so on and so forth. What you're going to see here is exactly the same thing that happened when you first walked in and I started showing you this. I'm going to log in with cache credentials to that remote desktop connection, and everything will be working just as if I didn't go in and delete that object.
Cool.
And there you have it. It's just logged me right back in. It's as if nothing had ever happened, and my job is safe for yet another day.
That's cool. So the scripts that you're using, the power that to enable this and to run those, are those in the box? Are we going to get those in the beta if we run that up today?
Yeah, absolutely. You run it up today. It's in the beta. It's in the box. As I mentioned, there's 80 plus new commandlets just for Active Directory administration. Again, just to talk about some of the caveats, you need to make sure that it's enabled. Your forest does need to be in R2 mode.
Okay.
And then deleted item retention is at 180 days,
Okay.
which is very similar to what we had in Active Directory before. So you've got 180 days where this stuff lives in the recycle bin before you can before you lose that. In that, it's that again the tombstone lifetime.
Cool.
That you've got there.
All right.
Is that cool enough for you?
Active Directory Recycle Bin, you saved me. Content for the day. Thanks, man.
All right, man. See you.
Take care.